Yo, good morning, guys. Happy weekend. This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, On Point Reviews, all day, every day. Now, earlier today, you saw me unbox Lataffa Oud for Glory. And the moment I unboxed it, I said to myself, man, today I'm going to concentrate the entire day on literally fact checking and comparing it to the one and only Oud for Greatness. So here we have both of them right here. You have the OG, the ever popular Oud for Greatness, and you have Lataffa's Oud for Glory. Okay, I mean, like I said before, this total disrespect here. I mean, copying, well, pretty much down to the bottles, down to the name. Let me show you, the bottle of Oud for Greatness for those that haven't seen it. Again, you have just these beautiful metallic designs. The cap right there, Initio. And then Lataffa is pretty similar, actually, if you look at that. It's got Arabic writing, pretty similar. Look at this. Pretty interesting. And then down to the caps. I mean, this one's Lataffa. This one's Initio. So we're going to go test them today. We're going to go try them out and spot out the similarities and the differences for you guys, especially those that are interested in purchasing either of the two, okay? So hang on tight. Let's hit the music. Okay, let's go talk about Oud for Greatness for a second here. This one right here is at the top of the heap for a lot of collectors, okay? For me, not so much, okay? But the reason why this one is at the top of the heap of most collectors is because of four notes that really, when combined, I think it does produce something magical. And that's saffron, lavender, oud, as well as nutmeg. These four notes basically comprise Oud for Greatness, okay? And when you spray this, the thing that people like the most is the smoothness, okay? This one is very, very smooth. It's something that you don't expect from an oud fragrance. For some, I mean, when they try oud fragrances, it hits them hard, okay? And this is one of the most acceptable oud fragrances, the most, wearable in the Western world because of that smoothness. And it's also coupled by lavender, saffron. Those two are very, very likable, mysterious, enigmatic notes that when you put them with the oud, which is really not overpowering here, it's slightly medicinal, but it's not overpowering. You have a blend that is, again, wearable, acceptable in all countries, different cultures around the world. Okay, now Oud for Glory right here. This one right here is made in the UAE, I believe. It's a Middle Eastern brand. And, when you have a very popular perfume, like definitely like Aventus, for example, is going to get cloned. And in this case, this one got cloned all the way down to the bottle. Okay, so we're going to spray this right now because I'm already pretty familiar with OFG or Oud for Greatness. They're both OFGs. Okay, let's go. Oud for Glory. Yeah. So the difference here when you spray Oud for Glory is that definitely it's much more potent. Okay, the feel is more potent, and this is something you get with a lot of clones where there's like with Dua, with the Dua delays, when they make the intro very, very potent, probably to make this more long lasting. But right here, it's a potent intro, and it's not as silky smooth as OFG. You will have a lot more spice, a lot more spice. The other difference here is the oud, okay? The oud right here is very much subdued, or it's sort of like, it doesn't like shine on top, in my opinion, which is what makes it wearable. This one right here, the oud is not, but this one here, the oud is really Middle Eastern oud. You know what I'm saying? It's quite stronger Middle Eastern oud. This could be a problem for people that are expecting something that's wearable for maybe the Western cultures, because the The oud here is much more pronounced. It's much more Middle Eastern and medicinal. It comes out, and again, this could be just the potency of this one, but I mean, that's really the difference as it progresses. With oud for greatness, it's like super, super smooth. You know what I mean? It's like that doesn't come out. You know, basically you're smelling sometimes sweet, sometimes spicy, sometimes lavender and saffron, and then, you know, the oud comes in slight medicinal, but you never really notice it. That's why I think people from, you know, different countries like OFG and find it really good. Well, this one right here is again strong spice in the beginning. I mean, it's pretty much the same too. It still has lavender, it still has saffron, but the slight tweaks is that stronger spice in the beginning, and of course more pronounced Middle Eastern oud from the jump. In around 30 minutes, maybe 30 to 35 minutes, this is where the potency starts settling down, and this is something I've seen in many clones. When this settles down, then that is the closest. That's the closest that these two are going to be at. About 30 minutes in Oud for Glory, or 35 minutes, it settles down, and then you get an imprint of Oud for Greatness. I think, you know, if I could put a percentage right here, probably 85 to 87%, which is pretty damn high. You know, I mean, it's not low. I mean, I'm not saying that this is low. Once this settles down, because of the potency of the spice and the oud, like I said, 30 to 35 minutes after, it starts smelling like OFG, 85 to 87%. Now, I said imprint, okay? And that's, you know, quite a big deal. If you guys are buying fragrances because you would like the imprint of a fragrance and 60 bucks is enough for you, then definitely try this out, because 100% you're gonna get an imprint of Oud for Greatness. And this is something that, I mean, I've done multiple clone comparisons, guys, and I think that that is the real reason you should buy a clone. You know, you buy a clone because you want to get the imprint of the original. Say you can't afford it, or you don't want to buy it, you don't want to dish out $300 for the original, whatever, for whatever reason. If you want to get the imprint, like I said, this one right here, it will not transition the same way as this, I will tell you that, number one. Number two, it won't be as smooth as this, okay? And the transition is more, in my opinion, worldwide acceptable with Oud for Greatness because of the subdued, not so potent ingredients, the smoothness. That's where OFG wins right here. Transition. As this one was settling down, this one was already on the patchouli range. And it was like, man, the patchouli, man, what a nice, like, next stage, you know, the dry down with the patchouli and musk. This one here was still blasting that imprint that I was saying. Lavender, saffron, nutmeg, and oud. But, you know, cost is quite important too. And, you know, like I said before, I mean, I am talking to 4,000 subscribers and probably more. Those that are watching this video but are not subscribing, geez, you better subscribe. For 60 bucks though, 100 mil, I think that, you know, this is quite a nice investment. If, like I said, there's no chance in hell that you can buy this one. Just remember those transitions that I talked about, where this one is just way more potent and has more Middle Eastern oud style than this one. But if you let this one settle down, maybe 35 to 40 minutes, you'll get something very similar, 85%, probably even more, 87%. You'll get something similar. You'll get the imprint of the original OFG. And again, get OFG if you want the original, you want the nice transitions, smooth transitions, really smooth. I mean, really accepted in the Western world. Oud fragrance, Oud for Greatness. Okay, so that is it. That is my quick review on these two, Oud for Greatness and Oud for Glory by Lataffa. These are very hyped. I mean, I got this specifically because this was mega hyped. You know, people were showing photos of these and people were like, where do you get this? Where do you get this? So I'm going to answer that question as well. Where did I get this? This one was purchased through eBay, okay? Apparently is way cheaper outside of eBay, like on like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, UAE. Even in the Philippines, a friend of the channel just commented on one of my posts over there in the Philippines. They're saying that this is around $30 in the Philippines. $30 in the Philippines. So it could be even cheaper in the Middle Eastern countries. But for me, I mean, I wanted to get it fast, and I guess there's a reseller that maybe he copped a lot from the Middle East and he's selling it for double. But either way, it was like 60 bucks. I mean, it was nothing. And you do get 100 mil of Oud for Glory. That's a lot. That's quite a lot. And I think after this, I mean, that's it for me. I don't, it's like I got this one, which I have not finished, and then I got 100 mil of this Oud for Glory. So I probably will not get anything that's, Oud for Greatness type anytime soon. But for a lot of y'all, like I said, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's close? Is it really that close? Is it 100% for you guys, or is it less? What do you guys think? For those that own both, let me know what you think on the comments. And if you would like me to do more real versus clone comparisons like this one right here, make sure you like and subscribe, okay? It really does help the channel. I mean, watch the ads, guys, okay? When you watch the ads, that helps me buy these things, or these, duas, or these new perfumes for you guys, so that we can put this out there. No hype, 100% objective fragrance reviews. That's it. This is Troy D, guys. God bless you. Have a great weekend. Take care. I'll see you guys on the next video.